Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we'll be learning how to add a dark theme and a light theme to your website. So I just have a basic web page here with some elements on it, and we press the button up here in the top corner, it changes to dark theme. Press it again, we go back to light theme. If we refresh our page, it stays on the same theme. So let's get started with this project. So for today's project I have a GitHub repository for a starter pack. I didn't want to waste everyone's time by typing out all the CSS and the boilerplate for the home page. So the main reason where all this is working is inside in our index.css. The main things we need to know about is the root variables, the CSS variables. So these variables here from row 3 to 9, these will be initially loaded. We have some CSS variables and we have some colors assigned to them. And then with our JavaScript later, when we press the button, we have this dark theme, and we'll be setting that to dark. And when the theme gets set to dark, then these CSS variables will be applying these colors. So we'll get started, and I'll leave a link in the description for the GitHub repository if you want to follow along with this video. So when you do clone the repository, just be sure to run npm install or yarn install depending on which you're using. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so after you download and clone the repository, this is what you should get: just a basic web page with the light colors applied. There's no button created yet to change the colors, so that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so inside in our components folder, we're going to apply a component theme changer. .js, and inside here we're going to import, we're going to use state and use effect. We're just going to import the CSS as well. Okay, now we'll create our function. Okay, so inside the return we're going to have the button. We're going to have a div inside the button. And this is just how I style the button. Feel free to style the button whichever way you wish yourself. Okay, so we're going to import some Svg icons. I have the Svg icons saved in the components folder. I have a folder in here called icons and a file icons, and I'm just exporting these to Svg icons. So we're going to import them. Just going to close some of these tabs up here, too many open. Okay, so I'm going to import them. Icons/icons. Okay, so we need some state then to hold whether we're in the dark mode or light mode. So we're going to use state. I'm going to just call this team. And initially we'll just give this an empty string. We're going to use a switch then to check which team we have and what we want to apply. So we're just going to say const check team. So inside this function then we're going to set up our switch. And we're checking the team. And we'll have a default. If nothing is met, we're going, this team will be applied, so we're going to set the team to light. And we're going to add it to local storage, and the reason we're adding it to local storage is that when we refresh the page, that our current team is not lost. We'll be creating a function now in a minute that's going to check if there is some local storage to set our team to that. So we're going to say local storage dot set item, and we're going to set team, and we're going to set it to light. And then this is where we change our CSS variables. We're going to return. I'm going to say document dot document element dot set attribute, and we're going to target that data attribute we had. So we're going to say data.team, and we're going to set the data.team to light. So this is where I was showing you earlier in our index.css, our data team here on row 11. This is what we're actually going to be changing with the JavaScript. Okay, so that's our default set. So we're going to write our case then, in case it's light. I'm going to set it, we're pretty much going to copy what we have here and just change a few things. So I'm going to copy these. So if it's light, we're going to set the theme to dark. So the next thing we're going to check is, we're going to check if it was dark that was passed through. So I'm just going to copy the top one and change it. So case dark. I want to set the theme to light then. And actually up here on row 13 we need to set, if it was light we need to set these to dark also. Okay, So we'll just go through that again. We'll have an on-click event now in a minute that's going to send through the current team, and we're checking if it's light. First we're going to set the team to dark, set the local storage team to dark, and then we're going to set the data team attribute to dark for the dark. Okay, so down in our button then we're going to call that function check team every time we click this. So we're going to say on click equals check team, and inside our button then we're just going to paste in what we have. So inside our button then we have a span, and we'll give it a margin right of 4 and a font weight of bold. We're just going to have the word switch, and then if the team is equal to light, we're going to display the moon SVG, and we're giving it a cursor pointer. Otherwise we're going to display the sun. Okay, so we're just going to bring that into our app.js then. So just above our div, team changer, that's VS Code is automatically after importing that for me. You can see it there, team changer from components, team changer. If it didn't automatically import for you, line 2 is where it's coming from. So we'll save that now. Okay, we'll save that now, and we'll just have a quick look. We have an error. Moon is not defined. Okay. Moon. Oh, just give this a capital M up here. Okay. Save that now. So now we refresh our page. Now you see we have the switch with the sun on it. You can see our state is changing now. But if we refresh the page, it won't work yet because we're not actually taking the state from the local storage, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So if we inspect and go into the dev tools, under application, go to your local storage, you can see the team now. Set to dark, now set to light. Every time I click the button, you see the team changing. But now when I refresh, we're not actually it goes back to light. The team is still set to dark because we're not actually capturing the state of the last team. So to fix that then, and just close that for a minute, we need to use a use effect. So we'll say use effect. We only want to call this once when it's rendered, so we'll put our empty square brackets. So we're going to say if local storage dot get item team. So we're only going to do this if there is a local storage team. We're going to set the team, and we're going to set it to what's in the local storage. So we'll say local storage dot get item team again. And then we're going to set our CSS data team. So we'll do the document, that document element dot set attribute, and we're going to set it to the data team. We're setting the And we're going to set that to what's in our local storage. Okay, so then if there was no local storage there, it's the first time the user is coming to the website, we're just going to say else. We're going to check the team, and we're just going to pass through a null value, and that will automatically set it to light for us. So if we save that now, let's go back to our application. Okay, we're going to our inspect element tools. Okay, let me just make this a bit bigger if I can. Okay, so in our application, local storage, I'm just going to clear out the data team first. Okay, so there's no data team now, so I'm just going to refresh the page. Is going to be like the user is coming to the website for the first time. So if we press refresh now, we see we get the light team, and it's after setting the team to light. Okay, so we press the button up here in the corner. Now we have a dark team. If we refresh the page now it's after getting the dark team, and it's after setting the team back to dark. So if we go to light and refresh the page, we have light. So that's a very quick and easy way. I really like this method of how to create a dark team and light team, and you pick all your own colors just by changing the document, that document element, and the attribute. So I'll just quickly show you the attribute once again. So inside in our CSS, our main light colors first is going to be our root variables, and we have all our root variables set here. We have primary colors, background colors, all these, and then when we use the set attribute, we're setting the set attribute, the dark team, or we're setting it to dark, and anytime it gets set to dark, these colors here from row 12 to 16 will be applied, and when we change it back to light, then just our root ones are going to be applied. And you can see down here in the body, see where I'm using the variables. So the background color, the variant is going to be background color. So every time the variable changes from dark to light, you can see it's going to be set to whichever background color is applied. Down here to the border, we're using the primary color, and you can see our primary is blue for the light, and it's this purple color for the dark team. So that's basically it. Thanks very much for watching the video. Please hit the like button and subscribe, which helps my channel grow, and it pushes the content out there for other people that might want to learn this technique. If you have any friends or colleagues that are learning how to code too, please share this channel with them also. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.